Good morning and welcome to Royals Stadium in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio on a beautiful Saturday morning for football. This morning, the CVCA Royals JV team is home taking on Garfield. My name is Tim Nichols. It's a pleasure to be with you this morning. We're up bright and early after the big win last night on the road by the Royals varsity football team at Tuslaw. A 62-43 victory where the Royals had 9 offensive possessions for the first team offense and put the ball in the end zone 9 times. A perfect night for the CVCA Royals offense. Michael Bevington with 3 touchdown runs of greater than 50 yards. He had a couple of touchdown passes to go along with it. An outstanding result for the Royals last night on the road. But this morning, the JV team looked a little shaky when they got into the game last night. So they've got some kinks to work out, and we'll see how they can do it. Against Garfield, a team that is unfamiliar to the Royals, not in the Pac-7 conference, but in this season, the Royals JV team comes into the game with a record of 0 wins, 2 losses, and a tie last week on the road at Orrville. We'd like to thank the Royals Power Meal sponsors this week in week 4 of the season. That sponsor is Texas Roadhouse in Stowe. Texas Roadhouse at 4310 Lake Point Corporate Drive. If you've got the inkling for a good meal, head on down to Texas Roadhouse. We'd like to thank them for being a multi-year supporter of CVCA Royals football. And again, this broadcast this morning is brought to you through the courtesy and generosity of Royals football parents and friends of Royals football. The teams are about to take the field, and we're about to get underway this morning. The Royals will be on offense first, and at quarterback for CVCA this morning is number 10, Ricky Levac. First down and 10 for CVCA from the 35-yard line. And we've got a stoppage right away for an equipment issue on the near sideline. So the Royals set up first down and 10 yards to go. Levac in the backfield. He's going to hand off. The handoff goes to Dylan Webb, number 30. He's across the line for a short gain. That brings up second down and 7. We'll call it second down and 8. Line of scrimmage is a 37-yard line. Levac hands off again. Webb's across the 40. Nice run out to the 43-yard line. They spot it at the 43. It's third down and 2. This Garfield team is from Garrettsville, Ohio. The Royals on offense wearing black bottoms. They're white tops with royal blue numerals and black helmets. Garfield, all black this morning with the Garfield traditional yellow numerals. Black helmets and yellow stripes. Webb gets another carry, and this time he's bottled up. He'll be short of the first down marker. He may have picked up a half a yard. It's fourth down and 1. Early action here in the first quarter. The Royals will go for it on 4th and 1. Low snap, handoff is to Webb, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play, and the ball will get turned over on downs. So Garfield will take over on the Royals' 44-yard line in good field position. First down and 10. You will be learning the Garfield players at the same time as we are here. They break the huddle in a bunch formation. They'll run out of the shotgun. And it's a reverse. They're going to pass it on the reverse. Trick play out of the start. The ball was intended for number 3. That looks like Leo Grandizio, actually. And the ball was incomplete. So some trickeration right out of the gate for Garfield. After the incomplete pass, it's second down and 10. We've got flags down on the play. Quarterback appears to be number 9. That's listed as Austin Lysiak. We're going to go with Lysiak. They'll set up after a penalty. Second down and 5. Lysiak keeps it. Short gain brings up third down. It looks like 3 yards to go. Quarterback keeper up the middle. First down yardage for Lysiak. Lysiak's across the 30-yard line, still going and pushing the pile all the way down to the 21-yard line, where it will be first down and 10 once again. Garfield lines up. Lysiak will keep it again, actually. And he's met near the line of scrimmage. It's a short gain. Maybe a half a yard. We'll give it second down and 1 yard to, second down and 9 yards to go. First drive for Garfield. Lysiak, the quarterback. It's a sweep to the near side. Across the 20, 10, 5. And into the end zone, touchdown. That's Eric Geddes. Looked like a direct snap. And the visiting Garfield team is on the board first here at Royal Stadium. .22 yards on that touchdown. And Garfield will go for 2. Actually, they call that short, so I'm a little eager on the touchdown call. The referee did signal touchdown, but it's first and goal, in fact. And that first and goal play. Looks like it may have been short, so now they give him the touchdown. So here we go again. Touchdown on the second play. So now the Garfield team will go for 2. And the Royals are ready for that one. They drop the running back number 31 in the backfield. So after the touchdown, the 2-point conversion fails. We've got 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter, and it's Garfield 6, Royals nothing. No kickoffs this morning, so that's the choice of both teams. So they reset the ball at the 35-yard line. In the Royals' first JV game this year against Fairless, they did not do kickoffs. They did kick off against Northwest. Low snap. Levac running for his life, and the ball's on the ground. This is trouble, and Garfield jumps on top of it. Number 78 on the fumble recovery for Garfield. That's Fred Rutherford. And Garfield's in business once again. The Royals JV offense has had difficulty executing consistent snaps from the center to the quarterback in the shotgun formation this season. And that comes to bite the Royals once again there. So Garfield in great shape on the Royals' 27-yard line, first down and 10.
How's it going?
We've got a jump on the far side, number 55 for CVCA. That's Tyler Camp, a bit eager.
No, I don't.
They'll march off a 5-yard penalty against CVCA. First down and 5 now from the 22-yard line. Again, a direct snap. Number 7 on the carry, Eric Geddes. Geddes is bottled up, trying to get to the outside. He lost a couple yards. That'll make it second down and 7. The Royals trailing early 6-0. Got the ball back and immediately put the ball on the turf here at Royal Stadium, giving Garfield a second opportunity in Royals territory to start a drive. The referee winds the clock. This time the ball is snapped. It looks like it may have been Lysiak again. Actually, that was number 8, Vinny Grandizio, on the carry. Grandizio picks up a first down, and he gets it again off the left side, cuts back. He's inside the 10 to the 5, down on the 3-yard line. Enough for another first down for Garfield. It's first down and goal. Early action, but the Royals defense bending a bit. This time a direct snap to number 33, who's into the end zone. Touchdown, Garfield. Carter Bates, the sophomore running back, on a 3-yard touchdown run, and Garfield extends its lead to 12-0. This time in the backfield, Grandizio again. He takes the snap, pivots to his left, and he waltzes into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. After the handoff, actually, it's number 3, Grandizio. Leo Grandizio, brother of Vinny Grandizio, on that 2-point conversion score. And Garfield extends the lead to 14-0 with 5 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter today from Royal Stadium. So they reset the ball at the 35-yard line where the Royals will take over once again. On the last possession, one play and a fumble. So Levac will reset in the backfield. This time he looks to pass. He's got a big rush, roll to his left, and oh, Ricky Levac is leveled. Number 38 on the big hit, Bryce Pesca. It is a loss of 8 yards on the play. It's second down and 18. Ricky Levac gets up from that play. And he needs his offensive line to give him a little time in the backfield. The only thing he saw were Garfield defenders rushing at him. This time he rolls to his left, Levax across the 30, and slips down on the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 4 yards, but it's third down and long for CVCA, third down and 14. Line of scrimmage is the Royals' 32-yard line. To pick up the first down, they have to advance out to the Garfield 45-yard line. Garfield is the G-Men. That's their nickname. Levac looks to beat the G-Men here on a throw, but that throw is too high. Intended for Gavin Johnson, the intended receiver. Sails out of bounds. On coverage there was number 15, Austin Deringer. And it's fourth down. So we are scouring the sideline. Sam Pixler is the punter for the JV Royals. She got out there to punt last night and had a near calamity and was leveled by the Tuslaw Mustangs. So the Royals go for it. It's a sweep to Gavin Johnson. Johnson trying to make something happen. He's out across the 35-yard line on fourth down, but well short of the first down, and the ball will turn over on downs once again to the Garfield G-Men. So far the field has been tilted completely on the side of the Royals, or the Royals side of the field, that is. The Garfield G-Men have been in control from the get-go this morning. They started all 3 of their drives inside Royals territory, and this one 35 yards away from the end zone once again. 14-0, Garfield leads. That ball is snapped on the ground. It's a big calamity. Covering it for Garfield is number 7, Eric Geddes. Big loss, though, to go with that calamity. They'll spot the ball back on the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 10. That will bring up second down and 20. Temperatures warming. The low temperature overnight was 40 degrees, unseasonably cold, but it's a nice morning for football. On the second down carry, number 8, Vidi Grandizio pushes the pile forward to the 39-yard line. He picks up 6 yards on that 2nd and 20 play. Third down will come up, 14 yards to go. So a big play for the Royals to see if they can push the G-Men back and get something positive out of this first quarter with the clock winding down to 2 minutes. This time direct snap to number 33, and he's tripped up. In on the tackle for the Royals, number 9, Dylan Kowalski. Carter Bates was the carrier, the ball carrier. So Bates picked up 2 yards on that play. It's fourth down and 12. The G-Men break the huddle. They send trips wide to the near side. In the backfield is Eric Geddes this time. Geddes will roll to his right and look to throw. He looks toward the end zone. 3 Royals down there. It's tipped and falls incomplete. Actually a good result for the Royals. An interception would have been nice, but the tipped ball and incomplete pass is even better because it was fourth down, and the Royals will take over back at the 37-yard line. First down and 10. So the Royals defense comes away with a stop. The first time the G-Men have been held out of the end zone today. The Royals will set up first and 10 on the 37. Each team has their own game ball, so they shuttle the Royals game ball in. And CVCA is ready to go. Ricky Levac hands off to Dylan Webb. Webb's across the 37, the original line of scrimmage. He struggles forward for a yard, maybe 2. They mark it at the 39-yard line. It's 2nd down and 8. This time bunch formation for CVCA. Levac hands off. Webb has it. He's met in the backfield. Nice play back there by the G-men. Number 9 on the tackle for Garfield, Austin Lysiak. So it's a loss of 2 yards back to near the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10. Levac and the Royals look to the sideline as the call is signaled in. He operates out of the shotgun. Webb to his left. Low snap, but he drops back to pass, throws, looking toward Gavin Johnson, and Johnson has the ball knocked away on coverage for Garfield, number 15, Austin DeRinger. 4th down. And again, the Royals will go. Line of scrimmage, the 37. They need 10 yards. CVCA sends a pair of receivers to either side of the field. Levac has it, drops back, looks, throws, and that ball is sails high, knocked away by number 24, Austin Augatis. And the ball turns over on downs once again. Garfield will take over. Just 13 seconds to go here in the first quarter. A first quarter that's been dominated by the visiting Garfield G-men today. They lead the score 14-0.
Yeah, what you need? No.
The G-men break. And it looks like Vinny Grandizio is back in the backfield. This time it goes to Leo Grandizio on the end around. Leo Grandizio, number 3, picks up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5 when we resume, but that's the end of the first quarter. So the score at the end of 1. The Garfield G-men 14, the CVCA Royals nothing. Again, we'd like to thank Friends of Royals Football and CVCA football parents for helping to make these live streams possible for you this year. Many of you have found us on the Boxcast platform, and there are various ways of watching, either through their URL and watching on a web browser or watching on your mobile phone. They also have the Boxcast TV apps available on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Within the TV app, search for the CVCA football live stream, and you'll pick up all these broadcasts. Today, we're also simulcasting to you on the CVCA Boosters YouTube channel. Typically, you'll catch most Royals football action also on the CVCA Athletics Facebook page, but today, the Facebook page will be used for Senior Day for the Royals volleyball team, and their action starting here at home in about 40 minutes. So tip of the cap to the Royals volleyball team. They got a big win earlier this week. I believe it was against Manchester, and that is also available on the Boxcast platform and on Facebook at 11 o'clock. This time it's a direct snap to number 33 for the G-men. Nice pickup. It's enough for a first down. The pile moves forward. Carter Bates on that carry. They move the sticks. It's 1st down and 10. If you'd like to help with the CVCA live stream broadcasts. And specifically by help, we mean fund. Reach out to us. Find us at CVCA live stream on Facebook. Not on Facebook, rather on Twitter. You can send us a direct message and we'd be glad to tell you more. Meanwhile, thrown in the end zone for Garfield, falls incomplete. That time Eric Geddes was looking for number 24, I believe, Anthony Augatis. He was well covered. The ball falls short. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Line of scrimmage, the 22-yard line of the Royals. Garfield breaks the huddle. This time it looks like number 9, Austin Lysiak, back, but it's a direct snap to number 31. It was to his right, and he had to reach back and get it. And by the time he corralled that football, the majority of the Royals line was there to meet Deacon Summer. So Garfield showing an interesting offensive look today. They've got a quarterback. It looks like that quarterback is Eric Geddes. But they put various running backs in the backfield. That time they had 3 different running backs. They're keeping the Royals defense on their toes, as it's a different player or a different running back that's getting a direct snap on every play or every other play. So that time the direct snap was to Deacon Summer, but it results in a loss of about 7 yards, and it will bring up 3rd down and 17 yards to go. Line of scrimmage now the 29-yard line. Geddes will drop back to pass, rolls to his right. He's under some pressure. Stiff arms a player, but is knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That sets up 4th down and long for the G-men. No gain on that play. It's 4th and 17. So another big play for the Royals defense. We'll see if they can stop the G-men in their tracks and get the ball back. The G-men shuttle a player in. And the Royals, number 19, J.J. Boone, victimized by the hard count, and that'll make it a little shorter for the G-men to try and convert this 4th down play. 5-yard penalty marked off against CVCA. They set the ball in the line of scrimmage now on the 25-yard line, where it will be 4th down and 13 yards to go. The G-men again in the bunch formation, and again J.J. Boone jumps the snap. Another 5-yard penalty, and that 4th down and 18 becomes 4th down and 8 after successive 5-yard penalties for CVCA and J.J. Boone. Tons of movement as the G-men reset. And then the Garfield coach doesn't like what he sees, and he calls timeout. So we're stopped with 6 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. Garfield 14, the Royals nothing. So again, last night, the Royals with a big victory on the road at Tuslaw. It was the Royals' first victory at Tuslaw High School in a decade. Their first win since 2010 at Tuslaw. That series has been very evenly matched. With the victory last night, the Royals go to 11-9 all-time against the Mustangs. It's been a series where each team has held serve at home most of the time. But last night, the Royals' offense could not be stopped. On the 2nd play of the game, Michael Bevington roared 56 yards. He went off the left side and cut back to his right, hit the sideline, and was gone. And frankly, that was all she wrote. Tuslaw did put up a lot of points, but the Royals had a 35-point lead early in the second quarter before the backups came in and Tuslaw made it a little close. This time a fourth down play is a direct snap. Short gain for Garfield, but not nearly enough for the first down. And the Royals defense does hold and will take over first down and 10. Bevington last night with 3 touchdown runs of greater than 50 yards. All of those runs came within the first series of the drive. So quick strikes on offense. The Royals line of scrimmage controlled the play and had their will with the Tuslaw Mustangs defense. Tuslaw did come back on a couple of miscues in the punting game when the second string was out. The one punt went through the hands of Sam Pixler into the end zone, and Tuslaw covered that for a touchdown. Another one was dropped. Tuslaw had a short field. So they did put up a lot of points in the second half against the second string for CVCA. But when necessary, Coach Dan Larlam sent the first string back out, and they took care of business. Dylan Webb with a short gain on that play, but one of the Royals has come up lame. It's Ty Camp. Ty Camp is a first-year player for CVCA, a senior who's come out to play this year. He's a letterman in lacrosse. And unfortunately, he is down on the far side on the 20-yard line. Dylan Webb did pick up 6 yards on that play. So when we resume, it will be second down and 4. But right now, all eyes are on Ty Camp. CVCA athletic trainer Leanne Tebow has gone out to his aid. Six and a half minutes to go exactly in the first half here on a Saturday morning from Royal Stadium. The Garfield G-men lead 14-0. Ty Camp is an offensive lineman for CVCA. He checks in at 6'6". Maybe one of the tallest players, if not the tallest player on the Royals roster, but a thin 185. And he is not putting much weight at all on that right leg, which is not a good sign. So we hope for the best for Ty Camp. Ty is one of the finest young men you'll meet. Again, came out for football this year. Loved what was going on with Coach Dan Larlam's program. And it's not often you see a senior come out and be a first-year player. He's been giving it his all this year. Having fun playing JV. Actually, it looks like it may be the left leg and not the right leg that is giving Ty Camp the difficulty. So he'll be attended to on the sideline. And the Royals will retake the field, second down and 4. Ball is on the 23-yard line for CVCA. Ricky Levac back at quarterback. He's got trips wide to his left on the near side of the stadium. It's a low snap. Levac gets a block from his running back. He's going to keep it, run toward the sideline, and take it out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. It'll bring up third down and 4. The Royals reset from the 23. Levac out of the shotgun. Dylan Webb shifts to his right. Again, trips to the near side. This time a good snap. Levac looks to throw, but he has got no time, and he's bowled under. Number 33 in there first for the G-men. Carter Bates, he had help, and Ricky Levac had no time. Big loss on the sack, and the Royals are pushed back to the 16-yard line. Again, without a punter today in uniform, they'll have to go for it deep in their own territory. Officially a loss of 5 yards, or actually 7-yard loss. It's 4th down and 11. Same formation for the Royals, but before they get the play off, they call timeout. Timeout CVCA, their first of the half. They have 2 remaining. The G-men from Garfield have already called 1. They also have 2 timeouts remaining. They lead it 14-0 over the Royals here in second quarter action. It's a brisk Saturday morning. No clouds in the sky. Temperature was 50 degrees when we started and kicked off this morning. The Royals fans who are socially distancing in the stands today are all bundled up. Winter coats, blankets. It feels more like October 28th than it does September 19th. Word is the weather will warm up again this week, but fall is certainly upon us. We call that football weather here in Northeast Ohio. So it's 4th down for the Royals and 11 yards to go. Again, they'll go for it. It's a low snap, and Levac has nothing better to do but fall on it. That is just the equivalent of a turnover. It looked like Levac was trying to run backwards for maybe a quick kick punt, but the snap dribbled back to him, and Garfield takes over 1st down and 10 on the Royals' 9-yard line. It went from bad to worse that time for the Royals, who have struggled on offense, and the defense, while they have stepped up the last 2 drives, did allow Garfield to score on their first 2 possessions, and now Garfield has a golden opportunity. It's actually 1st down and goal from the 9-yard line. Direct snap. Close to the end zone. It looked like Leo Grandizio on the carry that time. Check that, number 9 actually on the carry. Austin Lysiak. 2nd and goal from the 1. Lysiak keeps it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown for Garfield. Add another 6 to the score, and the Garfield G-men increase the lead to 20-0. It's been a tough go of it this morning for the Royals JV football team. Garfield will go for 2. They set the ball up on the near hash mark. Lysiak in the backfield. He's flanked by Carter Bates. And the try is no good. So with 4 minutes and 21 seconds to go here in the first half, Garfield's lead remains 20-0. Next Friday night here at Royal Stadium, the Royals return home after playing 3 of their first 4 games of the season at the varsity level on the road. Loudonville, Pac-7 opponent, will make the 1.5-hour drive north and east to Cuyahoga Falls and take on CVCA. Loudonville played last night and came up on the short end of a score. I believe they played Fairless, and Fairless came out of that game with a 31-0 victory against Loudonville. This time a nice run by CVCA. Dylan Webb, actually it's 31 for the Royals. Nathan Wagner on the carry, and Wagner picks up 9 yards. It's 2nd down and 1. Wagner again, right up the middle. He picks up 1.5 yards. It's enough for a 1st down for the Royals, and they'll move the chains. Line of scrimmage now, the 46-yard line. Wagner still in there to the left of Ricky Levac. This time Levac looks to throw. Gavin Johnson has it. Oh, it's tipped up in the air and intercepted by number 78. The big man rumbles all the way to the end zone. Touchdown. Gavin Johnson was the intended receiver. The lucky man on the spot was Fred Rutherford, a defensive lineman who was out there, and just Johnny on the spot. The ball tipped up into his hands, and he rumbled nearly 40 yards untouched into the end zone. And Garfield is on the board again. So what was the most promising drive of the day so far for the Royals results in a defensive pick 6. And Garfield extends the lead to 26-0. This time they set up from the center of the field on the 2-point conversion try. Direct snap to 78 once again. The big man in the backfield, the man who just scored, Fred Rutherford, is tackled in the backfield. So the score remains Garfield 26, the G-Men, and the Royals nothing. So the learning curve continues for the Royals here on a Saturday morning. Last week was better, a 22-22 tie with the Orrville Red Riders. But it's been a tough go so far this season and so far today. So the Royals reset once again on the 35-yard line. Low snap again. Levac falls on the ball. A loss of 5. 2nd down and 15 yards to go. It is the fundamentals that are hurting the Royals, in addition to maybe being a bit outmanned in terms of size today. Second down and 15. This time Levac has it, hands off to Wagner. Wagner just across the line of scrimmage, but a short pickup of 1. They'll give him actually 2, but still it's 3rd down, 13 yards to go. Two and a half minutes to go, first half action. Garfield in control, 26-0. Levac looks to throw, has time, and that ball is intercepted. And Garfield is on their way to the end zone for another pick 6. This time number 15 is into the end zone for Garfield, Austin Duringer. And it's 32-0. All Garfield this morning. They'll go for 2 again, this time from the right hash mark. That snap dribbles into the backfield. And in on the tackle is TJ Sarkowitz. So the point after touchdown try is no good. And with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go, the Garfield defense has put up a pair of scores on 2 interception returns for touchdown in the last 2 minutes. And they've extended that lead out to 32-0 here late in the second quarter. The Royals offense has not been able to get anything going this morning. And the defense has been playing their own side of the field the entire day. The Royals have yet to cross midfield. So they'll reset the offense, shuttling in some additional players. Levac will try again. Hands off to Wagner. Wagner hit at the line of scrimmage, breaks a tackle, and falls forward to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 4. It'll make it 2nd down and 6 yards to go. The clock winds under 1:30. Webb gets it again, hard running across the 40-yard line. He picked up 2 yards on that play. So it's 3rd down and 4 as we hit 1 minute to go in the first half. Levac in the backfield. And the ball pops up in the air. He now rolls to his right as he recovers. Throws, looking for Gavin Johnson, and Johnson had it and dropped it. That would have been enough for a first down had Gavin Johnson been able to haul it in. Instead, the clock runs. Despite the incomplete pass, with a 30-plus point lead, it's a running clock here, and that clock is going to run out on the first half before the Royals can run a 4th down play, and that may be a good thing. So we've reached halftime at Royal Stadium in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. The Garfield G-men are on the road, but they're having a good morning at the Royals' expense. They lead it by a score of 32-0. It'll be a 5-minute halftime. The teams will retreat and reset. We remind you again that next Friday night, the Royals varsity returns home to Royal Stadium. They evened their record last night at 2-2. One of the top offensive performances, perhaps in the history of Royals football. We're still waiting on the actual numbers, but Michael Bevington for CVCA had 3 rushes of greater than 50 yards. It all went for 6. So my math isn't that great, but that's 150-plus yards there, and carried the ball a number of other times and easily had over 200 yards on the ground. He might have had close to 300 yards on the ground, and we'll get those numbers later today and determine where he will sit in terms of the all-time greatest rushing performances for a Royals player in the 25-year history of the CVCA Royals football program. But he wasn't alone last night. Bevington had 2 touchdown passes, one to Brennan Darr and a second one to Eli Dykandrew. And it's hard to imagine overlooking the exploits of Kyle Snyder, the Royals' fantastic sophomore running back. Snyder found the end zone multiple times as well. The Royals had a 35-point lead early in the third quarter before the backups came in, and Tuslaw put up a number of points in the second half against the Royals' backups. Final score on the road last night was the Royals 62, the Tuslaw Mustangs 43. So a big, big win for CVCA. They've got Loudonville coming up next week here at home. Loudonville lost to Fairless last night 31-0. The big game of the night, the two undefeateds in the conference, the Northwest Indians were 3-0. They were at home to the Manchester Panthers. Manchester had only played one game so far this season, as they started their season later than others due to the coronavirus pandemic and the local Manchester school system. As the Royals cheerleaders entertain at halftime. Nice job by the Royals cheerleaders. So as we were saying before they took the field, the big game last night down in at Northwest. Northwest undefeated at 3-0. Manchester came into the game at 1-0 after their win against Fairless last week. The Panthers got on the board first on a defensive touchdown in the first quarter, and at the end of one it was 7-7, and then it was all Jordan Mick and the Northwest Indians who gave Manchester a beatdown, 49-7. Northwest, now the only remaining undefeated team in the Pac-7. They've got wins over Manchester and CVCA. They'll set up a big game next week with Fairless, who is a one-loss team. But Northwest looked fantastic last night. Elsewhere, Orrville even their record at 2-2 with a victory over Triway. The Red Riders went down to defeat last week here at Royal Stadium with a big Royals win. But they still got some of the bigger opponents to go. Next week they'll go into a non-conference game on the road at Kenston High School up in Cuyahoga County. So a little bit of a road trip for the Orrville Red Riders next week. Here it's halftime on a Saturday morning. The Royals JV squad struggling, to say the least. Garfield, the G-men, are the opponent this morning, and the G-men have made a living on the Royal side of the stadium. They've got a 32-0 lead at the half here. Again, we like to thank the Royals Power Meal sponsors. And this week, a special shout-out goes to Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse in Stowe at 4310 Lake Point Corporate Drive. A multi-year participant and sponsor and supporter of CVCA Royals football and the Power Meal program each Thursday night. A different restaurant helps keep the Royals fed. And if you are looking for a place to go this evening or anytime, we'd like you to think of Texas Roadhouse. And when you go there, say thank you for their support of CVCA Royals football. A reminder, these broadcasts are brought to you through the generosity of CVCA Royals parents, football parents that is, and friends of Royals football. You will be hearing more about Friends of Royals football in the weeks to come. We are thankful to numerous individuals who have stepped up and helped us cover the cost of the box stream subscription, which is being used for multiple teams now at CVCA. My name is Tim Nichols, and it's our pleasure to come to you each week. With the limitations on capacity at the various stadiums last night at Tuslaw, the Mustangs facility is small, and they were only able to make available 90 tickets to CVCA football families overall. So many of you have followed along this year. Today, the live stream is coming to you over the Boxcast platform and on the new CVCA Boosters YouTube page, so you can stream in multiple ways. In just 9 minutes, there'll be a separate Boxcast stream that will go also live over CVCA Athletics Facebook page for the Royals volleyball team, who will celebrate their senior day today. So once you're done here, check them out. Volleyball got a win over Manchester earlier this week. They had a bunch of games rescheduled, a bunch of matches rescheduled, and they'll be very busy here in the rest of September and into the month of October. The Royals have Loudonville coming in next week. Following that, the Manchester Panthers come to town in the annual rivalry game that ends the regular season, and the regular season is abbreviated this year with just 6 regular season games prior to the start of the Ohio High School Athletic Association playoffs. This week on Thursday, new this year and probably for this year only, every school in Ohio could declare their intent to want to participate in the playoffs. The Royals are in Division 4 out of 7 in the state of Ohio, and typically in Region 13. It looks like all but 2 teams in Division 13 opted in to participate, so there will be a playoff game in Week 7, barring any kind of intervention by the COVID-19 virus that would mess up the schedule. So far, CVCA has done a great job at social distancing, but we know that that's not always under everyone's control, but they've done what they can. As you looked at the sideline in these games, there are cones on the sideline, and each player, when they're not on the field, is supposed to be assigned to a cone to maintain social distancing on the sidelines. The school is doing a great job, masks required during the school day. And Lord willing, we'll be with you from somewhere in Week 7. Joe Eitel does a great job every week in putting together the rankings, the computerized rankings, although they are not going to be used for seeding the tournament this year. He's still running them, and the Royals, running their record to 2-2, are smack dab in the middle, ranked 14th in Division 4, Region 13 after last night's games. There still are some more games to be played today at the varsity level. At the top, the Northwest Indians, number 1, and their record now 4-0. Fairless ranked 5th. So Pac-7 opponent and foe Fairless at 3-1. Their only loss coming last week to Manchester. Manchester is a Division 5 team. They dropped to 1-1 with their loss last night. When Manchester comes here in 2 weeks, obviously they need to shore up that defense a bit. They had a great effort last week and shut out Fairless, but last night Northwest put up 49 on them. The interesting thing about Northwest, they've now played about Manchester, they've now played 2 weeks of football, and they have 1 offensive touchdown to show for it. So they're actually pretty lucky to come out of those 2 weeks with a 1-1 record. The Royals have shown in the first 4 games of the season that the offense is potent. They worked out some kinks after those first 2 games, put up 40-plus points last week against Orville, and last night 60 2. So it should be interesting. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We know Loudonville Friday night, Manchester a week from Friday, and then somewhere in week 7. We're ready for second half action, and the Garfield G-men will have first down and 10 as we start the third quarter rather. And on their first play of the third quarter, number 3, Leo Grandizio, has the ball. He picks up 5 yards. Nice gain for him. It's second down and 5. Officially, they'll give him 6, so we'll make it second down and 4. Line of scrimmage to the 41. Direct snap. Number 31 on the carry for the G-men. Met in the backfield by a host of Royals. That's Deacon Summer. Summer loses 3. So it's third down and 7. The Royals had the first possession of the game, and the entire first half was played in Royals territory. These are the first snaps of the game that are played in G-men territory. It's a third down and 7 play for Garfield. Number 7, Eric Geddes, the quarterback, rolled to his right, but a great play in the backfield by number 88, Hayden Grant. Grant with a nice play and a huge loss on third down. Loss of 11. So the G-men are pushed back, and they face a fourth down and 18 yards to go. It looks like this would be their first opportunity to punt if they so chose, but no punter on the roster. The G-men will go for it on 4th and 18. Geddes looks to pass, he throws, and that ball is tipped and knocked incomplete. Out there in coverage for CVCA. Looks like it's number 20, Nathan Daywalt. And so that sets CVCA up in Garfield territory for the first time today. They've had the long field the entire game. But we'll see what they can do. They set the line of scrimmage on the 27-yard line. The Royals will take over first down and 10.
Everything going all right?
Ricky Levac back out at quarterback. Dylan Webb now back out here in the third quarter. Webb gets the handoff, goes east and west instead of north and south, and he's going to be bowled under. It's a loss of 6. Check that, a loss of 4, so it's second down and 14 yards to go. Levac will hand to Webb this time, and it's north-south. He gets those yards back all the way up to the 25-yard line. Nice pickup. They'll mark him short of the 25 at the 26. It'll bring up third down and 9 after a 5-yard game. Levac going to keep it himself this time across the 30. He's hit, taken down on the 22-yard line. Picks up a couple yards, maybe 3, but short of the first down. It's fourth down and 6. Line of scrimmage, the Royals, the G-men 22-yard line. They need to advance to the 17. The snap is low, and Levac falls on it. Again, the center quarterback exchange is poor, and the Royals have to turn the ball over. Dylan Byers is the center for CVCA, and he's in his first year in that role, and it's been a struggle. So Garfield will take over once again, first down and 10. They set the line of scrimmage at their own 30-yard line. The G-men lead this game 30-0. Rather, 32-0. And with a 30-plus point lead, it is a running clock here in the second half. So we're already halfway through the third quarter. Handoff around left side, and lots of room in front of him is number 30, the number 31. A huge gain for Deacon Summer. All the way down to the Royals' 33-yard line. He picked up 37 yards on that play. And the G-men flipped the field. First down and 10 from the 33. This time it's Geddes. And Geddes is met in the backfield. A nice play by J.J. Boone. It's a loss of 5. So the G-men will face second down and 15 yards to go from the Royals' 42. Ball's on the ground. The Royals say they have it. Waiting for the official signal, and they do. Nathan Wagner on the fumble recovery for CVCA. The direct snap was not fielded cleanly by the G-men. Bounced forward into the line of scrimmage, and Wagner jumped on it. So that's the first turnover of the game for the G-men, and the Royals offense will retake the ball. First down and 10. Line of scrimmage is the 43-yard line. Check that, the 37-yard line of the Royals. Levac looks to pass. He's got time. He throws, and it is complete. Zach Ungrady on the catch. That's the best play of the game so far for CVCA. 24 yards on the pickup. First down and 10 from the G-men, 43-yard line. Levac looks to throw again. This time he's got another completion. The ball is fumbled, though, and recovered by the G-men. Aaron Broadus caught the ball, turned upfield. The ball was knocked out of his hands. And suddenly, back-to-back good plays turn sour. And the G-men have their third turnover of the game at the hands of the Royals. First down and 10, Garfield on their own 35-yard line. The clock winds at 2.5 minutes to go, third quarter. This is a direct snap. Carter Bates on the carry. He's met by a host of Royals. No gain on the play.
You don't know. I'll stick around and do this. Okay. I just talked to Booba.
So it's second down.
Oh, that's fine. Man, we're really struggling on offense. Yeah.
Officially, they'll call it a loss of 1, second and 11.
Keep fumbling the ball.
Who's the JV center?
Dylan.
Geddes is going to keep it and sweep right. He's hitting the balls knocked out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 40-yard line. He picks up 6 yards on the carry, so it's 3rd down and 5.
I swear, I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna like sew it to my pants. I can't. I lose that thing every single day.
On the 3rd down play, the Royals defense pushes the ball back once again. That sets up 4th down and 8. So the Royals defense trying to stiffen here after they had their best movement of the game on the last drive with a couple of nice pass receptions and completions, but fumbled the ball away. On 4th and 8, the G-men look to pass. Actually, they hand off. Another nice play in the backfield. This time it's Joey Camera who got in there and made the tackle on number 31, Deacon Summer. Big loss, and that'll turn the ball back over to CVCA. First down and 10 Royals from the G-men 31-yard line. But before they get to play, the clock runs out on the 3rd quarter. We've played 3 periods from Royal Stadium. No scoring in the 3rd. The score remains G-men 32 and the Royals nothing. Last night we introduced a new feature, Royals at the next level. Obviously most Division III and Division II teams' fall sports seasons have been canceled, but D1, many D1 conferences, including now the Big Ten, will be playing football, and later today at noon, Trey Tucker, former Royal, will kick off his season down at Nippert Stadium in Cincinnati as the Bearcats take on Austin Peay. And at the same time in Pittsburgh, former Royal Josh Junko, a walk-on at Pitt, we'll see the Panthers at home against the Syracuse Orange on the ACC network. Here on the first down play, pass is incomplete. So the Royals will set up 2nd down and 10 from the G-men 31, looking to see if they can march down the field and get their first points of the day. Levac out of the shotgun, looks to pass again, drops back. He's got time, and unfortunately it is called incomplete. Well, we've got the referee on the spot calling it an interception, and it will be the 3rd interception of the day for the G-men. The near side referee signaled incomplete pass, but he was a good 25 yards from the play. The back judge was right on top of it, and he was definitive in his call of the interception. So the G-men will take over once again after the turnover. First down and 10. They'll set the ball on the G-men 18-yard line. High snap kept by the running back who received it, number 33, Carter Bates. Lots of motion in this G-men offense. They had a receiver coming in motion to the near side on that snap. But Bates kept the ball himself, and he picked up 2 yards. It's 2nd down and 8. It's been all G-men today, but the second half a bit better for the Royals, despite the 2 turnovers, at least at this point. Under 8 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Direct snap again. Again, it's Bates on the carry. Ricky Levac in on the tackle. He picks up 7 yards. It's 3rd down and 1 now for the G-men. Garfield breaks the huddle. In the backfield this time, Bates and Vinny Grandizio. This time it's a direct snap to number 12, Grayson Hoover. Both Bates and Grandizio jumped like the ball had gone over their heads. Again, lots of trickeration and deception in this Garfield offense. The Royals were not fooled that time. Hoover was brought down with no gain, so it brings up 4th down and 1. This time the lone individual in the backfield is Carter Bates. Bates fakes the handoff, looks to his right, but he's plowed under. The Royals defense holds again, and Garfield getting a little cute. So the G-men are stopped short on 4th down, and the Royals take over once again. 1st down and 10. They set the ball down on the G-men 24-yard line. Clock runs, 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the ball game. Dylan Byers, the center. New quarterback in the game for the Royals is number 13, Peter Falcone. The 1st down play is a running play to Dylan Webb, and he picks up 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Falcone looks to throw. Quick pass is in and out of the hands of Jordan Lewis, number 25, who was open. So the incomplete pass makes it 3rd down and 8. It was a tough day for Ricky Levac. He dealt with the difficult snaps. He was under duress a lot of the day, and now Peter Falcone has thrown his first interception. The G-men pick the ball off. That is the 5th turnover of the day for the Royals. 4 interceptions and a fumble. And it's been a tough morning here for the Royals at Royals Stadium. The defense has looked better, though, here in the second half, so if there's anything to build on, we'll take that as a silver lining. Garfield scored in their first 2 offensive possessions, tacked on another touchdown, and then added 2 pick sixes in the first half within 2 minutes of each other, and built that 32-0 cushion, which they still hold on to at the moment. Geddes in the backfield this time, takes the snap and runs around the left side. Picks up about 8 yards. Officially 9 yards. It's 2nd down and 1. Now Geddes is joined back in the backfield by Carter Bates. Geddes will keep it this time. Bates, the lead blocker. He's got enough for a first down, or does he? Nice tackle that time by J.J. Boone on Eric Geddes. And Geddes will be short. So it's 3rd down and 1. Boone on the pursuit. The clock winds down to 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the ball game. The G-men try to get the Royals to jump. They don't. They reset. And it's a high snap. Number 33 on the carry, Carter Bates. The Royals defense is up to the task, though. Bates is pushed back for a loss of 1. It's 4th down and 2. The seconds ticking away. Garfield is in no hurry with the big lead. They'll snap this ball under 2 minutes. And a stoppage. Timeout for Garfield. So the clock does stop on the timeout. There's 1 minute and 56 seconds to go in the ball game from Royal Stadium. Garfield leading this one 32-0. That was the score at halftime. The Royals looking better on defense in the second half. The offense has struggled. But if they can make a play here on defense, they'll have one more chance to get on the board today before this game closes out.
Attention spectators, this is a reminder that current state order requires you to exit the stadium immediately following today's game. We thank you for coming. If you're waiting for your son or daughter, please do so at your car. There will be no congregating or gathering in the stadium following today's game. Thank you.
Our next broadcast will be Friday night here at Royal Stadium when Loudonville comes to town. That broadcast should go live about 6:50 on Friday night on Boxcast and on the CVCA Athletics Facebook page, as well as the CVCA Boosters YouTube page. Meanwhile, it's 4th down and 2 here. Whistles blow, and Garfield calls another timeout. So the Garfield coaches didn't like what they saw, despite the big lead. And at the JV level, it's all about the coaching and getting repetitions and snaps to get better and be ready for when your name is called on Friday night at some point in the future. One minute, 52 seconds showing on the clock remaining in this one. 4th down and 2 yards to go. Eric Geddes marches back out into the backfield, and they'll show 3 different backs. Bates is back there, 33. Deacon Summer, 31. It goes to 33. Carter Bates, he's not going to get there. The Royals defense steps up once again, and so again, the silver lining of this second half has been the play of the CVCA defense, which has stood up and kept Garfield out of the end zone after the G-men had their way in the first half. So 1 minute, 40 seconds to remain. The Royals will have 100 seconds to see if they can get the ball in the end zone. They are 26 yards away. 1st down and 10. With a running clock, though, those seconds are ticking away quite fast. Peter Falcone is in at quarterback. Dylan Webb to his right. A pair of receivers to either side. Falcone will look to throw. Throws low and incomplete. The intended receiver was number 26, Zach Ungrady. So it's 2nd down and 10, but the clock, with the running clock and the 30-plus point lead, continues to run. We're down to a minute. Same formation for the Royals. Falcone in the shotgun. Receives the snap and looks to throw. And this one sails wide. Intended for number 33, Tommy Reed. The clock winds under 40 seconds. It's 3rd down and 10. The Royals with enough time perhaps for 2 plays, if they're fast. Maybe not even. The waning seconds of this one, Falcone will look to pass again, throws. He's got a pass complete. And the referee calls it incomplete. 16 seconds and counting. That one was intended for Hayden Grant. Grant tried to haul it in, but it was knocked away at the last moment, and the Royals call timeout with 11 seconds to go. So one final chance for CVCA coming up. If you're still with us, we thank you for being with us today and enjoying some Saturday morning football. Given the prospects just 1 month ago, where we didn't know if there would be a football season, despite the result this morning, it's been a joy to see the young Royals out there on the football field, learning their craft and getting better. They have improved even through the game. And it beats the alternative, which would have been no football and no fall sports. So we encourage each of you to continue doing what you need to do to combat the virus. Socially distance, wear your mask, and take care of yourself. 4th down, trips wide to the right, empty backfield. Falcone has a big rush. He's going to try and throw, but the ball is knocked away, and it scrambles out of bounds. Officially, it's not a fumble recovery, but it will be the last play of the game as the ball squibbles or dribbles out of bounds. That's it today. The final score from Royals Stadium, the Garfield G-Men 32 and the CVCA Royals JV nothing. Again, we're glad you joined us this morning. We'll be back with you on Friday night from right here when CVCA takes on Loudonville in Pac-7 action, game number 5. Until then, on behalf of Friends of Royals Football and the CVCA football parents who helped make it possible, and all of our help, we thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend, everybody. So long.